Alright, so where have I been? I dug a hole and burrowed myself through it, and I hibernated for the winter. Let me tell you, it took a lot of firepower to get through all the FBI agents that were waiting for me when I got out. Um, Jokes aside, the TLDR, I needed some time to adjust to a change of atmosphere. That TLDR doesn't do justice because there's a lot that goes into what I did. Because I deleted my original Discord account. Okay, I'm back, so people are not stopping to keep sending me damn messages. Okay, so I deleted my original Discord account. I haven't uploaded anything in my YouTube channel in a month. My last thing was a stream that I did, and I mass unfriended people on Steam. That wasn't some rash decision that I made. No, I had thought this through for a little while. And the reasons as to why, there's a lot of details. And there's a lot of stuff that I'm not going to talk about, and there's stuff that I will talk about. It's a few things that only close friends know about, and I'm going to shed some light onto it because, well, let me put things into perspective. 2 days ago was my birthday, and I turned 17 years old. I am now 1 year away from being an adult. And, well, what that pretty much means is, well, for example, I got my computer in 2014. So I pretty much started browsing the web in 2014. It was July 2014, I'm pretty sure. I still have the same computer right here. It's the same case. There's been some upgrades over time, of course, but it has the same motherboard that I got in 2014. It's a Gigabyte motherboard and the same case. It's the same computer I've had for years. Ever since I got my first computer, I still have it right there, right now. I was 11 years old when I got it. I was 11 years old. And what that pretty much means is over the span of 6 years, I've transitioned from being a kid, a naive child, to a teenager. And in 1 year, I'm going to transition from being a teenager into being an adult. And as you can imagine, you develop a lot as a person over your span of adolescence and being a teenager. But that often results in a lot of mistakes, dumb decisions, yada yada yada. We all get the drill. Well, I've done a lot of my development on the internet over the span of these 6 years, and my life has changed. And the 6 years that I have been browsing the web, I have kind of built up things, built friendships, lost friendships, and made decisions. A lot of them that I don't regret, but there's a few that I do regret. And the biggest thing of it all is my YouTube channel. This channel is a archive of all of that. All of it. Just all of it. Because I started the channel in 2015, and at this point I was still a naive child. At that point I never my life was carefree. It was easy. I didn't have any stress at all. I was still in elementary school, and elementary school was easy. I just didn't really know what stress was. I'd never really gone through any hassle or trouble. So while I was pretty naive, it was a good time. Come 2016, around the time I started playing Geometry Dash, things changed. A family member who isn't in our house anymore, they moved out a long time ago. But they caused a lot of problems to my family and are a very big cause to our financial troubles now. but they did a lot. They did a lot to us, and caused, pretty much gave me my first experience with true stress. It was in 2016. And a lot of the videos that I made in 2016, I would like record videos late night, playing levels late night, staying up super late, just doing whatever I can, just to have an escape, you know? And I did that. So looking back at those videos now, it gives me, it's a feeling of melancholy, and it's kind of bittersweet, because those videos alone, and that game alone, helped me through difficult times. But looking back at them now, it also reminds me of some of the stress, a lot of my bad decision making that I had as a naive kid, and just kind of reminds me where everything stemmed from. For example, one example of this stress is, I think this level called Skyflight. You could find a video. I think it's a 6-star harder. I made a video of me beating it. That video was nostalgic to me in a really weird way, because I rewatched it multiple times when I was sitting next to my mother when she was in the hospital. She's fine now, don't worry, but that was a scary moment for me, and that video kind of helped me through it. There's a lot of other examples, a lot more, because 2016 was the first time I dealt with stress. Come 2017 was when things got really bad. Financial troubles. We've always had financial troubles ever since I was a child, but I never really noticed it because it wasn't terrible. It wasn't to the point where even a young child, as naive as I was, would notice it. I didn't notice we had problems, but we did. But things took a turn for the worst in 2017, mainly because of that family member I'm talking about, who completely screwed us over. Now we fast forward some time, and things have gotten worse since then. 2017 was the first time I dealt with genuine stress. Like, the kind of stress that you normally don't deal with at that age. I was 14. And things have only gotten worse since then. Financial problems have just gotten worse. We never really recovered. And now things are pretty much, recently tax season came around, and I'm going to say this right now, if it wasn't for tax season where we get a tax refund, without that we would have we wouldn't have made it. We wouldn't have made it, because our rent was raised $75 a month when our lease was renewed, and that would have taken away a chunk of our food money. If it wasn't for tax season, we wouldn't be able to get another car so someone else can work, because we need another source of income. Luckily, tax season came and we're getting things ready to go, so I think we're gonna recover finally. But if it wasn't for tax season, we would have been so screwed, man. But all of this stress being so new to me, being still a naive child or a naive teenager, I did things to try and feel better. Some things I'm not going to talk about, and some things I'm only keeping between me and close friends. But I will say that my YouTube channel became kind of a form of ego boosting for me, a way to feel accepted. and that still remains for me. I did a good job not showing that because I didn't want to be a atrocious, greedy, attention-seeking person. So I didn't try and do things like clickbait or attention grabbing. I didn't want to do that because even then I thought, you know what, that's pointless, that's stupid. I'm better than that. But when I look at my channel now, it's just nothing but attention seeking and ego boosting and just trying to find a way to feel accepted, because I've for a long time been a developing person, and when you are still learning about life and your place in the world, you're bound to make dumb decisions, because in the end the only way you're going to learn is if you make mistakes, and I made plenty of damn mistakes. And fast forward to now, a lot of those mistakes were still around me. I was starting to get pulled back, because since 2019, and 2019 was a year of improvement for me. I was trying to get away from the ego boosting, trying to deflate my ego a little bit. I was trying to focus more on what's important, because for the longest time I put my own my own wants and my attention seeking above my responsibilities. Like, I prioritized just feeling good about myself over the things I needed to do, and I did that for a good couple of years. And 2019 I said, you know what, I need to stop that. And let me tell you, that was hard to do. And that's why I stopped playing GD. I completely took myself away from GD for a good couple of months. I stopped doing a few things, stopped talking to a couple people. I needed this. I needed to tear myself away from it. The problem is that I didn't do a good enough job, because come 2020, I just realized that I was getting pulled back into it. I was focusing a little bit too much on getting cool videos out on YouTube, because I wanted to just share them around and be able to read positive comments, right? You see, it's weird to think about it, but I've learned something important, where sometimes getting compliments can be a little more damaging than people may think. That doesn't mean you shouldn't compliment people, but pretty much what was happening was and this happened a lot in 2019, where I would try to keep myself from doing stuff just for my own ego boosting, right? I would try and do something for my own self rather than doing something because other people are going to like me for it, right? I didn't want to do that anymore. I was tired of it. But every time I saw a compliment about one of my videos, or someone praised me for my gameplay, or things like that, it made me feel good, of course, but it kind of stroked my ego a little bit, right? And that would slowly pull me back in, and I was trying to stop that, right? I don't want to do that anymore. I gotta grow up. I gotta move past that. I'm in a new era of my life now. That whole mess I need to move out of. I need to grow up from. But I was having a hard time, and I realized I was never gonna get out of this cycle if I don't just completely remove this part from my life. So come 2020, I decided, you know what, I gotta change things. I gotta change a few things about my life. So right now what I'm going to do is I'm gonna pretty much abandon this channel for the most part. If I upload anything to this channel, it's just gonna be a small thing, like maybe a demonstration for something I learned with programming, or Something small, nothing important, nothing that I really work on. It's just kind of like a personal little, I don't know what to really call it, but it's nothing important anymore. I'm not playing Geometry Dash anymore. I'm not going back. And no, this isn't a I'm leaving Geometry Dash because I'm bored of it. No, it's I have to. I don't regret streaming. I don't regret playing this game, because when I did play this game, I needed it. You guys who came to my stream as much as you did, I needed that, and I'm gonna remember that for a long time, because I loved it. It was great. But now I've got to move on. So no more Geometry Dash. I can't go back to that game. No more serious videos on this channel. I can't go back to that. And the reason why I almost wiped my friends list in a lot of the things I built over these 6 years was because a lot of it just brought me back to that atmosphere I did not want to be in anymore. If I removed you during that whole mess, that doesn't mean I don't want to talk to you anymore. In fact, in the description, you'll find my Discord tag, my new Discord tag, because I created a new account. And if you want to talk to me as a friend, I'm open to that. But I'm going to say right now, do not add me if it's about my channel, if it's about Geometry Dash, if it's about any of that. Don't, please. That part of my life is not a part of my life anymore. It's not something I can. I'm in a new part of my life now. My programming stuff, I've recently got back into programming finally, and that's gonna be a thing I focus on big time. And I've got other responsibilities, and pretty soon I'm gonna be having new responsibilities. That part of my life that I've been going through for the past 6 years is gone now. I'm no longer a naive little child or a naive teenager. I've got to grow up, and this is how I'm doing it. So yeah. Anyway, if you want to still be in contact with me, there you go. You can friend that Discord tag in the description and go right ahead if you want to talk with me still. Because just because I unfriended you, I was just trying to get rid of everything. In that moment, I just thought to myself, I just need to get rid of everything and start fresh. So just because I unfriended you doesn't mean I don't want to talk to you anymore. There's a few of you that I still genuinely do care about. But yeah. Now, I made another YouTube channel, a new one. This one is entirely focused on programming. It's 100% programming oriented. It has nothing to do with any playing games like Geometry Dash. So don't go to that channel commenting about Geometry Dash, Black Blizzard, or my other channel. Please don't. It's a small ask. Just don't comment about any of that, please. That's not what that channel is going to be about. This channel is about my possible game development, my software development, in any libraries I make, any tutorials I make, programming. It's about programming. And yeah, so go there if you want to. If you're still interested in keeping track of like programming stuff that I make and projects that I start, you'll find them there. And I plan on making those videos have some form of production quality. It's not going to have any budget into it at all. No money sinking into it because I have no money to give, God's sakes. But but it will have some editing. It will have some effort put into it. Yeah, I'm thinking of maybe making and uploading. I've already made the video, but I'm not for sure if I'm going to upload it. I might. And I'll upload it to that channel. So yeah, you can go there. It's in the description, of course. So, case in point, I'm needing to move on from this aspect of my life and move on to a new era because it's time for me to grow up. That's just the long and the short of it. And again, I just want to say right now, I don't regret what happened on this channel. I don't regret it one bit. And I am glad and appreciate everyone who stuck around for as long as they did. Might as well give a few special thanks. Thank you to Waffles, Lord of Them Waffles, for being so damn active in the streams when I still streamed often. He was there almost every single stream. That dedication is not gonna go unnoticed. And for what might be the last video on this channel, I'm gonna have his name in here because he was a big part of me enjoying my streams, and I'm gonna be thankful for that. Special thanks to Regalia, Bush, and Serviette, members of the Dream Team that we created back in 2016 and continued until 2018, 2019. And we were kind of like a friend group of GD players and eventually just friends, because a lot of us have moved on to different things. And we were a tight group of friends. And I want to thank them. I really do want to thank them. I also want to give a thanks to a couple of really, really good friends. First of all, Davide Dialga. I want to give a thanks to him because he's a great guy. He's a good boy, very good boy. And he's a great friend. And of course, another big thanks to Sir Hadouken. If I gave a crap about marriage, I would make him my best man. For God's sakes, he is the closest friend I've ever had, and I don't want to finalize this, but he might be the closest friend I'll ever have. My God, we have a friendship that's gonna last a lifetime. He is such a great guy, and a huge thank you to him. So, yeah, I guess that's it. That's all I really have to say. That's kind of how things are going. And yeah, I guess that's the end. So, for last time, it's Woo time, boys. And am I ever gonna complete Black Blizzard? No,